So yeah, the last one of these, in a way. But one of the ones that I could put here, because I agreed with Craig Not Craig with this, that this film was the best. But I am going to acknowledge one other film franchise that I did like, because there are 3 horror franchises that I look and like, these are some of the best. Some do have turning off points for definitely Final Destination, which I have another year talking about Final Destination 3. Sort of Scream, which weirdly enough isn't on it's not on here, but I think there are better films of that year. But I do love Scream. And Saw, which that also, like Final Destination, had a couple of turning off points. But Saw, which Saw 1 was released in 2004, didn't make it. And it's not a horror one. It's a comedy. Shaun of the Dead. One of the Canada trilogies. And one of the 3 of the Canada trilogy. The other Canada trilogies will come back. I like the Canada trilogy. I like Edgar Wright. And I'm just going to double check. I think it's Simon Pegg and... Nick Frost. I like them. I absolutely love this trio. The 3 films are, I think, really good. And how, like, the film has small details, like the 2 shots that has like a one take versus near identical, is insane. The idea of someone who's needs to sort of not specifically learn. I like the idea that it's like, oh, the zombies are us. Because you have these moments where people are like, which I think is really good with the idea that it's just walking through life. I do find it interesting how a lot of times, I think someone pointed out, I didn't watch the whole thing, Screen Crush points out, where it's like, oh, it's all wish fulfillment. And the reason why I like this is because it goes, no. Because yeah, you do have some stuff where it's like, oh, and your dad dies, but it's very not how it is. So yeah, the stepdad does die, which is Bill Nye. I don't know much about him. But you get a lot of other stuff that doesn't exactly go well. You get points. And one of the things that happens is his mum does die because of another bite. And I like how it plays out. And it's really interesting in that idea. It's also the idea that, like, I always like the TV thing where I was like, they flick through the thing with like the newsreel. It's really interesting that it shows that. I like it, I find it really intense, and I do find it a really interesting idea that they have this sort of like idea of like the zombies that slowly comes to thing. And there's certain quotes that come in where it's like, oh, the door lock, overnight. I think it's like the next time I'll see you, like, or something like I'll be there or something like that. And it's really interesting. There's also a little clip of like, oh, how did like someone survived, like, because like she survives, and like, oh, how did she survive all the zombies after fighting them? It's like, and like, oh, how did he come back? There's 2 clips that are like things that are really interesting. Again, there's not much that I can talk about that so many people are talking about. I just like this film, and I think it's really good and really funny. I just like Edgar Wright. I think he's hilarious. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night.